Wild pitch, hits, deflected. Edrin goes round second, but he'll hold up. So a runner in a scoring position again for the Melbourne Mets, as the umpires dust off home plate. Great team of umpires throughout the week as well. And a shout out to all those local umpires around leagues and clubs in Australia. Another great way to get involved in this beautiful game. 2-0 the count now. Runner at second takes a good lead. Pitch. Just out of the reach of the pitcher. Fires to first. That one is in time. So the boys will head to the dugout, pick up the bats and try and get up on the scoreboard here. Melbourne Mets up 9-0. Let's see what the Canberra boys can do next with the bats. We're back live here in Geelong, the Senior League Australian Baseball Championship Tournament. Got a game here between the Melbourne Mets from Victoria and the Canberra Rangers from the ACT. If you're just joining us, first inning, scoreless for both teams. The Mets got 5 runs top of the second, as one's fouled away. And then again, in the fourth, the Melbourne Mets put 4 more on the board. Canberra yet to hit the scoreboard, so they'll be looking to get runners on base as soon as possible here. Bottom of the fourth. In there for a strike. 0-2 the count. Good pitch display from Cooper Bishop Warren, or beat-ups, as his mates call him. 1-2 now. So the shadow starting to cast across the field. A very pleasant day here in Geelong. Batting for Canberra, number 45, Oscar Kelly. Popped down. He's going to stay at first. So a chance given here to the Canberra Rangers. So a difficult opportunity there. But Oscar Kelly, he's on first now and gives the Canberra Rangers a sniff. Aiden Bates, bat in hand. Watches that one for a ball. Good lead at first. In there for another strike. Really targeting that strike zone today, Cooper Bishop Warren. Big swing. Strike 2. So 1 and 2 the count now. Bottom of the 4th. Steps away. Takes a moment. Aiden Bates gathers himself. Ready to go. Big swing, excellent pitch, tempts him for a big swing, and that's another strikeout there for Cooper Bishop Warren. Bring up to bat Nate Adams, number 42. Watch the first one for a strike. So 8 strikeouts now for Cooper Bishop Warren. Been really dominant on the bump. Misses outside, runner back to first. And of course, both coaches and scorers alike will be keeping an eye on pitch counts, monitoring throughout the games, throughout the week. And they do vary between the leagues, of course. In there for a strike. Here comes the 1 and 2. Popped up high. Who's got it? Cold early. Takes the catch. Nice work there. Pops up nice and high. You can see Alex Papadopoulos from first. Calls early. Good position. Into the sun. Into the mitt. Two down now for the Canberra Rangers. They still have a runner on first here at the bottom of the 4th. Coming up to bat, Dusty Evans. In there for another strike. Swing and a miss. 0 and 2. Solid contact there. Straight down the middle. That'll give the Canberra Rangers boys some hope. We've got runners on first and second now. Sees the pitch, hits it straight down the middle. Runner holds, good running as well. And now runners on first and second. We'll just have a meeting on the mound here for the Melbourne Mets. Will Cooper hold on to the ball or will we pass it off? Again, so far 3.2 innings pitched. Only 2 hits is allowed. And those 8 strikeouts that we mentioned. No doubt coaches and players working out the pitch counts and how they're going to continue with this game. See lots of changes throughout the games, throughout the week here on Baseball Plus. He's staying up there on the bump. The other game, we have Wanneroo playing the other Melbourne team, the Melbourne Rangers. Wanneroo up 11 to 0. So do check Game Changer app or, of course, baseball.com.au. We'll have all the updates there. The hard-working media team, of course, led by Eric Bolnar. Shout out to Eric Sensei. Listening to every word I say, no doubt. comes the 2-0. In there for a strike. The 2-1. Fouled off. The 2-2, 2 out. Runners on first and second. Here, bottom of the fourth. Just misses. That'll bring the count full. Smiles on the faces of fans, smiles on the faces of scorers as well. Runners go. Fair ball. And that will load the bases. So you can see a bit of a chop in. Difficult play there, lots going on, but that has loaded the bases here for the Canberra Rangers. And up to the plate to about number 27, Aiden Smith. Can he channel the number 27 of Mike Trout and put one over the fence here for the Canberra Rangers? Missed for a ball. Number 27, Aiden Smith. The pitch from beat-ups. Cooper, Bishop, Ward hitting that strike zone. Another big swing. Two out, here comes the 1-2. In there for a strike. That is K number 9 for Cooper, Bishop, Ward. Really solid performance, really attacking that strike zone. His 9th K. The boys will head to the dugouts and we'll be up back shortly with more baseball action here on Baseball Plus. Back live here in Geelong for the Australian Senior League Baseball National Championships. We have Melbourne Mets up 9-0 against the Canberra Rangers here in the Senior League match. Coming up to bat, we have Lucas Joel, number 18 for the Melbourne Mets. Aiden Bates on the mound for the Canberra Rangers. Misses first for a ball. Top of the 5th. Sends one high. Foul. safely down. So they are 7-inning games here for the Senior League. But there are, of course, mercy rules in play. If after the 5th inning there is a 10 or more lead, then the mercy rule will be allocated. As a ball pitch for a ball. Which means if Melbourne Mets do score one more run in this innings, Canberra will need to score in the bottom of the 5th for the game to continue. The pitch. Three and one now. So Lucas Joel, the bat in his hands. Sends one up high to centre, deep. It's dropped. It's deeper than it was to me as well. But that has dropped. He's got to first. Lucas Joel sends one up. Lands down, and now the Melbourne Mets do have a player on board once again. So we do go to the top of the order once again. Jack Northfield was on base running around with those funky cleats. Colourful cleats, as his mum scores with very colourful nails just next to me. It's great to see all the colour in baseball. The Major League players, of course, inspiring lots of funky gear, that is for sure. Runner on first. The pitch. The throw. Great cannon from the catcher, but not quite in time. Bit of a shuffle there from the runner. Just back in time. But good heads-up play there from the catcher. Behind the plate, Oscar Kelly. Jack Northfield shows bunt. Goes foul. So a nice solid crowd throughout the day. As baseball fans and families and friends gather from all around Australia here in Geelong, Victoria, Australia. Steps off. Aiden Bates on the mound. Reset. Jack Northfield, hat in hand, and ready to go. Shows bunt. Drops it nicely. The play at first. Throws not in time, the runner. Heads to third. Safe again. Some really aggressive base running there. Perfectly executed bunt there. Gets the wheels on. The throw is good. Not quite in time. But the runner at second. He takes the opportunity to go to third. Just in time. Beautiful slide. So the Melbourne Mets, runners at the corners. They're up 9-0 here in the top of the 5th. Bat in hand, Toby Arnott, number 63. Sends one to third. It's ricocheted. That will bring the go-ahead run. So 10-0. Advance the runner. So again, good bat-on-ball baseball. Gets the ball in play. Bit of a hop. That will bring a run in. And Melbourne Mets, once again, runners on first and second. Sends one deep. It's down. One comes home. Great contact there from number 12, Parks. Parks Halars, number 12, sends one deep to centre left. The runners hold. And some great base running. So a timely blast to left centre. Melbourne Mets, 11-0. So of course that does mean when this inning, top of the inning finishes, the Canberra Rangers will need to reduce the lead to less than 10 for the game to continue. Of course, still very early days. Day one of a week tournament. Lots of baseball action to come throughout the week. So everyone will be pacing themselves, no doubt. The players, the coaches, the fans, the scorers, the umpires, the media team, and the commentators before they lose their voice. So pitching change for Canberra. On the mound, Josh Dart on the mound for Canberra now. Let's see what Dart he can put together. Up to bat for the Melbourne Mets, number 22, Alex Papadopoulos. He's 0 for 2 for the match with a walk. Nicely taken there by the catcher. The runners back to their bases. Down low for another ball. Inside, the pitch got away. The runner will. They will return. So he's advanced to first now. That has loaded the bases. So the bases are full of Mets. As Brandon McDowell fouls on away. Top of the fifth here, 11-0, Melbourne Mets. Nice block there, Oscar Kelly. Very mindful. He doesn't want to let this lead blow anymore. Two on one the count now. Just misses for a ball. So 3-1, hitters count. Bases loaded, top of the fifth. Brandon McDowell sends one deep. It's over there, it's going to drop. That'll bring home one. That'll bring home two. That'll bring home three. And he's stopped at third. A triple there for Brandon McDowell. Huge swing, huge hit. Brandon McDowell. He runs around for a triple and brings home 3 more runs for the Melbourne Mets. 3 big ribbies Get that man some steak sauce. Sent to outfield as well. Has pierced the gap. So another one is driven in. And chalk up a ribeye for our friend at first. Solid contact there. Again, solid contact there from Jacob Young. Stretches that lead out now. It's now a 15-0 ball game. So up to bat, number 96, Aidan Wallace. Just missing the strike zone there. 3-0. In there for a strike. Aidan Wallace, bat in hand. And the runner is walked. So runners on first and second now for the Melbourne Mets. So Riley H coming up to bat. So Riley plays for the Northwestern Titans Summer League. Left-hander. Takes the first one for a ball. Smokes one to right field, but straight into the glove. Excellent play there by Mitch Jacobson, reading it right into the glove. Good contact. But does advance the runner. So a good at-bat there from Riley. Runners on the corners now for the Melbourne Mets. First pitch, swing, she goes foul. At the plate, number 18, Lucas Joel. This is for a ball. So runners at the corners now. The Melbourne Mets. Still just the one out. Punches one through the gap. That'll get to left field, and that'll bring another run back. Runner at second holds up. But chalk a hit up there for Lucas Joel. Good solid contact there. The gap into left field. Drives in another run for the Melbourne Mets. That'll take them to 16-0. Back to the top of the order. Jack Northfield, number 55. And there for a strike. Is that one foul? Jack has gone 4 for 4 today. That's a deep breath. All outside. So really good contributions here. 4 for 4 in those funky cleats. Another deep breath, settles. Runner at first and second for the Melbourne Mets. Here in the top of the 5th. So the standard games will go for 7 innings here in the Senior League. We'll see whether the mercy rule will come into play. Canberra fans hoping they can chalk up some runs, keep the game alive. How's that one off? Full count here, 1 out. The Melbourne Mets, they have runners on first and second, top of the 5th. And the scoreboard suggests been a reasonably dominant performance by the batters, but also excellent pitching. The Melbourne Mets have held the Canberra Rangers scoreless thus far. Big lead at second on the runner. Just misses. So that will load up the bases. So once again, the bases are full of Melbourne Mets. Number 63 is up to bat, Toby Arnott. Toby plays for the Geelong Bay Cats. This very ground that we're at. In the under-16 summer, also the Lara Wildcats, senior men's and under-17 in winter. Sends one up, foul, unplayable to right. And Toby Arnott's favourite player, that's a bloke called Shohei Ohtani. Some of you friends at home might have heard of him. Once again, great to see all sorts of forms of baseball on the world stage, bringing the community together. Game of baseball language is no barrier. Punches one straight to centre field. He's going to bring home one. Runners rounded third. Play at the plate. Not in time. Runner will go to third as well. Throw goes into left field. Going to bring another run home. He'll stand up, come home, and driven in 3 more runs for the Melbourne Mets. And it's all about getting bat on ball and putting that ball into play. Melbourne Mets have done that so well this game. That's why they are up 19-0. Good block there, stopping the runner advance. Up to bat number 12. Parks Halaz. Parks has gone 3 for 4 in this game, including 4 RBIs as the runner takes second base. So a game full of ribeyes for the Melbourne Mets. Once again, runner in scoring position. Still 1 out. Dribbles one to short right. That's taken nicely at first. 2 out. Just out of the reach of Dart there. Good attempt. They do get the out at first, and the runner's advanced. So a runner on third now for the Melbourne Mets. The lefty, number 22, Alex Papadopoulos. What can Paps, or Pablo, one of his other nicknames, what can he show us this time? Again, a player from the Geelong Bay Cats, the very ground that we are at. And it's played in the thirds and sometimes in the seconds. Sends that one foul. Was part of the AYC 2025 ruse. And Pablo, one of his favourite players in the majors, Tyler Glasnow. Sends one to right field though. He'll stand up at first, drive another run in there for the Melbourne Mets. Takes the score to 20-0. Just out of the reach. As you can see, baseball can be a game of centimetres. So another ball there, so 2-0 the count. So Canberra looking just to finish up this inning. Get that third out and move back into the dugouts and regroup. And that will walk the runner. So runner first and second now for the Melbourne Mets. Jacob Young steps up to bat. His bright pink gloves. Jacob's gone 1 for 3 today, including 2 ribeyes. As this one sent to left field. Just put down, good attempt there. And that will bring another run back in for the Melbourne Mets. Once again, good contact. Pulls the ball to left. Just not quite. But some great work in left field there over today. Mead took that spectacular catch earlier on. This time, not quite so lucky. So the score moves to 21-0 as we have a pitching change for the Canberra Rangers. On the mound now for the Canberra Rangers, Jai Suni, number 22. Looking to round out this innings. A lot of rotations in these games throughout the week. Making sure all players pace themselves. Well rested for the next games coming as well, because it's just day one of many. The gold medal game will be played on Sunday the 25th. Full schedule available on baseball.com.au. This is for a ball. Up to bat, Aidan Wallace, number 96 for the Melbourne Mets. Puts one in play. Gonna race him to the bag. Nice commitment with the slide there. First baseman Dusty Evans. Awkward bounce. Recovers nicely. Looks about throwing. He races the runner. Slides. Nice commitment there. Number 57, Dusty Evans. We'll be back shortly and see if these Canberra Rangers can get there on the scoreboard. Welcome back to Geelong as the sun slowly sets here on this game between Melbourne Mets and Canberra Rangers. So the scoreboard, 21-0. Dominant performance by the batters from the Melbourne Mets. And some excellent pitching from Cooper Bishop-Warne. He's given the ball over. Now we have Toby Arnott on the mound for the Melbourne Mets, number 63. He'll be pitching to number 21, Brodie Bentley. Straight away in there for a strike. Wind up. Good contact. And through. So Canberra have a runner on. Putting the ball in play, that's what it's all about. A lot of sun, a lot of shadows to deal with this time of day. Couldn't quite get the pick, but Canberra have a runner on first. Coming up to bat, Quave Mead. Number 30. He took a sensational catch earlier at left field. Now, of course, we did mention the mercy rule earlier. Canberra will need to get 11 runs. In fact, 12 runs. So a lead of less than 10 for the games to continue. Take it play at a time, as that one is fouled. So ordinarily games are 7 innings in length. But if a team does lead by 10 or more at the end of the 5th, the game is called. So no out here for Canberra. What can they put together? Mead takes a big swing. And he'll be sat down there for the first out. We'll bring up the next batter for the Canberra Rangers, number 12, Mitch Jacobson. Punch to the left. It is going to get him to first. Not quite a clean pick up there again. So now runners on first and second. Still hope for the Canberra Rangers. To the top of the order now, Oscar Kelly, who's done some great work behind the plate with various blocks, and always admire how catchers put their body on the line. Stop that ball. Big swing. Toby Arnott to Oscar Kelly. Here comes the 1-on-1. In there for a strike. Just misses. 2-2 the count now. Toby Arnott sets that glowing mullet in the sunlight, flowing nicely. The runners will advance though with that wild pitch. Runners in scoring positions now for Canberra Rangers. So a full count here, bottom of the 5th. Runners on second and third. Canberra looking to chip away at that lead. And earned a walk. So that has loaded the bases. The bases are now full of Canberra Rangers. So batting up for Canberra, number 22, Jai Soni. He'd love to send one over the fence here, wouldn't he? High for a ball. Here comes the 1-0. Lovely framing there by the catcher. In there for a strike. That's Lucas Joel behind the plate there for the Melbourne Mets. Lovely work there as well. 1 and 2. Bases loaded, bottom of the 5th. Canberra down 21-0. Gets contact, but just into the fence. And the cameraman on the roof would have taken that nicely if the net wasn't there. And a shout out to all the cameramen around the gang. Again, these images being brought to you by Space Quake Sports. Live and free here on Baseball Plus. Upstairs for a ball. Once again, there is another game going on, and there has been throughout the day, on Diamond 4 here in Geelong. Check out baseball.com.au for the latest scores, stats, and stories. Misses for a ball. So a full count here. So the 1 out. Full count, bases loaded, bottom of the 5th. Swing. Sends him down. That is the 2nd out. So Canberra Rangers are down to their last out. But the bases are loaded. So up to bat. We have number 42, Nate Adams. Pops one deep to left. It is over the head. Nate brings home 1. Make that 2. The 3rd run's coming back. 3 runs driven in by Nate Adams, and his mum in the scorer's box is very happy. Nice solid swing there from Nate. Stand up double, brings home 3. Gets the Canberra Rangers on the board. Misses for a ball. So 2 out. Runner in scoring position, but down to their last out here. Sends one up to centre field, and that is the ball game. The Melbourne Mets, they have won 21-3 here against the Canberra Rangers. Very dominant performance on the mound from Cooper Bishop-Warne, keeping them scoreless up when he was on the mound, but also some good solid hitting, putting the ball in play with some great base running by the Melbourne Mets. So 21-3 is the scoreline here. That wraps up another game here in the Senior League Championship. There'll be more baseball coming soon on Baseball Plus, so stay tuned. There's one more game on Diamond 1 and, of course, on baseball.com.au. Check out the games on Diamond 4. Until the next game, see you soon. G'day baseball fans. Welcome to Geelong Baseball Park here on a beautiful day, sunny, 17 degrees, on the last of 4 games to be played here on Diamond 1. My name is Jared Hoare and welcome to another game from the Australian Baseball Senior League Championship Series this week. This game sees the Cronulla Blue team from New South Wales up against the Eastern Phantoms from Western Australia. Firstly, out in the field we have the Phantoms. Through the lineup we have on the mound Tex Prizov, number 3, he'll be starting. Behind the plate, number 15, Flynn Hennessy, he'll be catching for the Eastern Phantoms. First we've got Hyatt Brooks, second Thomas Allpike, at shortstop Arata Samukawa, third Isaac Romeo, Ethan Snedden at left, Caden Prosper centre field, Marcus White is at right field. Looks like we're ready to play ball. And up first, Jacob Hazan. Takes that first one for a strike. So top of the order there, Jacob Hazan there for Cronulla Blue, or Hazen as it's pronounced. His nickname used to be America, as he says he's a token half American on the team. He plays for Eastern Suburbs Dolphins. Count 1-1 now. Pops one there. He's going to run it out. Not in time. Great running there from Jacob Hazen. Chops one there. His legs are fast. Some very good wheels there from the surfing Jacob, who's currently ranked number 22 in the under-18s in Australia. He's got some good wheels too. So Cronulla Blue with a runner on first, here at the top of the first. Thank you for joining us here on Baseball Plus. In these Senior League games, 7 innings. Unless the Mercury rule does come into play, which we'll mention if and when it arises. Just missed for a ball. Up to bat now for Cronulla Blue, number 96, Cade Rogers. Runner goes. Slide. Safe. Hazen keeps blazing. Great run. Went at first movement. Head first slide. Just under the tag. Cold safe. So some good aggressive base running from Cronulla right off from the start. So Tex Prizov on the mound. In set position. The crowd getting nice and excited for this final game for today. In this week of Senior League Baseball. Checks a runner. Outside, great block there behind the plate. Flynn Hennessy. As the sun has starting to set nice shadow across the whole ground now. Hopefully makes it a little bit easier. But the lights are on here in Geelong. Perfect day for baseball. Straight to right. Looks to get the double play, but lovely catch there. Good glove work from number 10, Hyatt Brooks. So sends a rocket line drive. Great reflexes there. Hyatt Brooks looks after it. So 1 out here. Up to bat, Dean Mawson. Sends one foul. Dean, or Dino, as his mates call him in the dugout. Pitcher, second base, that's where you might find him. Plays for the Arncliffe Scots Baseball Club and the New South Wales State League under-18s, Cronulla. So runner in scoring position here at the top of the first. Full time. Big Tex resets. Attacks the strike zone there. Nice pitch. And Tex Prizov has been known to be called the captain. So he checks the runner. Swing and a miss. Chalk up a strike. A big strike out there for Tex Prizov. Tex plays for the Morley Eagles Baseball Club. Two-time member of the state team, six-time member of the Phantoms, which last year was the national champions here in the Senior League. So they'll be looking to go back-to-back. Nice pitch in there for a strike. Of course, there are 10 teams from all around Australia who've earned the right to come to Geelong. They've been divided into two pools, each with 5 teams, and they'll all be competing for a place in the World Series Senior League in South Carolina, easily in the USA. And of course, for all updates, stats and stories, check baseball.com.au for the latest. Just misses. So Big Tex, he started playing T-ball when he was 6, then moved to baseball around 9. And he loves playing with some of his best mates. Gets a good piece, that is sent right. But foul. I'm told, here we are, Tex is a New York Yankees fan. Favourite player, Trent Grisham. Big strikeout there. So Tex Prizov, he puts them down, retires the side. Next up we'll have the Phantoms with the bats in their hands. Stay right there on Baseball Plus. Welcome back to Geelong here for some live and free baseball action brought to you by Spacequake Sports here in Geelong on a beautiful day for baseball. Of course, the Australian National Senior League Championship. Day one of a great week in baseball. So Cronulla Blue have taken the field on the mound. Tristan Crines will be starting off. Behind the plate, catching Riley Jones at first. Cam Coles second, Dean Mawson. Third, Jacob Hazen. Shortstop, Luca Rossi. At left, Jake Shorey. Centerfield, Joseph Hutt. And at right, Cade Rogers. And leading off for the Phantoms, Caden Prosper. Takes that first one for a strike. Caden Prosper, or K-Money, as he's called by his mates. Thrown out at first. One out. Some nice pitching, getting the batter to play a swing, and some solid defense. The first out. Coming up to bat now is number 3, the man that was on the mound, Tex Prizoff. That's the first one through. Pitcher versus pitcher. Fouls that one back. Oh, and 2 the count. Sends that one high, wide, and foul. A nice vocal crowd here in Geelong, full of friends, family, and baseball enthusiasts. Pops one up. Once again, foul and into the net. There is another game going on as this one happens on Diamond 1. There's a game on Diamond 4. Once again, for updated scores, check baseball.com.au. You can also tune in to the Game Changer app. That Diamond 4 game is a live, uninterrupted feed. Diamond 1, all games will have this commentary. Lots of ways to enjoy this Senior League baseball. Chops one down. He's going to run it out. Thrown out at first. Throws in a strike there. Nicely done by Riley Jones. His dad has a bit of a smile on his face and a nod as his son makes a great play at first. Next up, for the Eastern Phantoms, we have number 10, Height Brooks. Big swing. Height also plays for the Morley Eagles. And a shout out to everyone who's watching from the Morley Eagles Baseball Club, Western Australia, wherever you are in Australia or around the world. The best young talent here in Australian baseball on show this week here in Geelong. Takes the count to 2-1. 2 out. Bottom of the first. Blows one past him. Takes a step aside, collects himself, and we're ready to go. The wind up from Tristan Crines. Outside. 2-2. 3-2. I'll get my numbers right shortly. Full count. 2 out. Bottom of the first. Just misses. So that'll send the runner to first. So Eastern Phantoms now with a runner on. Here in the bottom of the first. Next up to bat, Isaac Romeo, number 21. for a strike. Isaac, nicknamed Romeo, maybe Romeo, plays for the UWA Magpies. Shout out to everyone watching from that lovely ball club. 1-1 the count, 2 out. Big swing. Strike 2. The pitch. Just missed. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. Checks the runner. Slips, but the runner will hold it first. So, of course, like all games throughout the week, this will be a 7 innings game, unless the mercy rule does come into play, which, if and when, we will mention. Full count now. Tristan Crimes just trying to find that strike zone. Good support from both dugouts. Calls time. Full count here. Runner on first. Runner goes. And he's walked to first. So 2 runners on now for Eastern Phantoms. See if they can get a 2-out rally going here at the bottom of the first. So that brings to the plate number 11, Marcus White. Or Whitey, as he's known by his friends. Whitey calls time. And Marcus plays for the Morley Eels Baseball Club. Also played Senior League and Big League. Just misses for a ball. So runner in scoring position. Can Whitey bring him home? Blows one past him for a strike. Was a ball. I stand corrected, sorry. Just missed. Very nice sound thudding into the glove, though, I admit. Of course, all the sounds of the ballpark. If you are in the local area, do feel free to come on down, especially on the weekend when the finals are in full flight. Again, check baseball.com.au for the latest. In there for a strike. 2-2 now the count. Tristan Crimes pitching to Marcus White. Up, foul. And the runners will head back. Count stays at 2-2. Runners on first and second. Here for the Eastern Phantoms. The bottom of the first. Full count now. Checks the runner. No throw. The pitch. And sent foul again. Stays inside the net. As the cameramen on rooftops await for that foul ball. So good at bat here, Marcus. Slowly bringing that pitch count up for Tristan Crines. That one misses, so the bases are now loaded with Phantoms. Cronulla Blue will just have a bit of a meeting on the mound. Discuss how to move forward. As we've mentioned, lots of things to consider throughout a week-long tournament. Pitch counts for pitches, rotating players, resting players. Lots of tactics involved to ensure the best opportunity and fun for all of the players involved. A cool breeze blows gently across the field. Lights are on here at Diamond 1 at the Geelong Baseball Park. Coming up to bat now, number 13, Thomas Allpike. And that was a strike. 0-1 the count. Strike two. Starting to dial it in there, Tristan Crines. Thomas sends one foul against the net. So 0-2, 2 out. Bases loaded here for the Eastern Phantoms of Western Australia. The bottom of the first. Ball called. Set position. He fires. Swing and a miss. That'll set him down. And that will leave runners on all the bases. So we remain scoreless here at the bottom of the first. Stay tuned to Baseball Plus. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back here to Geelong. We're proud to introduce Carve Eyewear's Performance Eyewear Sunglass category to Australia's baseball community. Carve sunglasses are engineered with advanced UV protection, ensuring maximum defence against harmful rays during long hours on the field. Carve delivers exceptional value, making top-tier performance sunglasses accessible to all baseballers. Elevate your game your own way with Carve Eyewear, where innovation meets affordability. Visit carve.com.au to view the entire product range. And we have good news, friends. 8 of our Carve Performers of the Day have been named. They all win a pair of sunglasses. Find out who in our recap story, which also has highlights and photos. Find the link at baseball.com.au/Senior League. We have seen some exciting baseball here on Diamond 1. And I'm sure some just as exciting on Diamond 4. So head to baseball.com.au/senior league. And that pitch in there for a strike. Batting now for Cronulla Blue have number 16. Gets a piece, but sends it foul. Jake Shorey there at the plate. Jake plays for the Tarrant Point Giants and Canterbury Bankstown Vikings. Has been involved in numerous teams since 2021, the New Zealand Under-12 development team, all the way through to the AYC this year, New South Wales Metro Under-16s, and last year's Legacy Sports team. This is for a ball. And Jake's nickname, the boys like to call him Shaky Jakey. His dad says, do they? Sorry, wrong dad. So many dads, so many players. Shaky Jakey shakes that bat, ready for the pitch. Big Tex Prizov on the mound. Punches one deep to left centre. Nice catch there. Avoided a collision. So you can see some nice contact there from Shaky Jakey. But the left fielder keeps eyes on the ball nicely. Ethan Snedden, excellent play and a smile on his mum's face, who is sitting next to me. One out there as up to bat, Tristan Crines. Want to know the count. In there for a strike. Nice change of pace there from Tex. So here comes the 1-1. Taps it to Seguin. Taken nicely for another clean out. So some good defense there for the Eastern Phantoms. Again, attacking the strike zone, making the batter swing. Really helps with the confidence when you've got great defense behind you, like the Phantoms do here. Up to bat number 31, Joseph Hutt. Ball. Jojo, as is called by the boys, plays for the Cronulla Sharks. And grade, baseball for Sydney Uni. Punches one, nicely collected, and thrown at first. So some solid defense there from the Eastern Phantoms. That will end the top of the second inning. We'll be back shortly for some more baseball from the Senior League Australian Championships. Welcome back to Geelong for some Senior League Australian Baseball Championship action. Up to bat now for the Eastern Phantoms, number 14, Ethan Snedden. Takes the first one for a ball. Ethan, or Easy, as he's known by his mates. His mum nods in agreement. Plays for the Perth Baseball Club and has also played State League reserves. Watches that one through for a strike. So 2-1 the count here, bottom of the second. Still scoreless here in Geelong. Just misses. 3-1 the count here. What can Ethan do with the hitters count here? He'll bring it to a full count. 3-2. Ethan Snedden sends one up. That foul into the back net. Bottom of the second, still none out. Full count. Gets a good hit on that one. That split the gap straight up the middle. And Ethan is on base. So really good at bat here. Took it to a full count. Sends one just past the pitcher, straight down the middle. He's on board. And the Eastern Phantoms, runner at first. Flynn Hennessy comes up to bat. And 1-0 the count now. Flynn is known as Ireland by his dugout mates. Pitch inside for a ball. Flynn plays for the Morley Eagles Baseball Club. He's played Senior League, Big League and A-grade. He's been involved in this year's Under-16 AYC. Just misses him. 3-0 here for Ireland. In there for a strike. Finds the zone nicely there. Tristan up on the mound for Cronulla Blue. And that'll, fourth ball there, he'll advance to first. So Eastern Phantoms have runners on first and second. Still none out here at the bottom of the second. Number 51 stepping up, Arata Samukawa. Checks the runners. Pitch, shows bunt. Runners retreat. So Arata, known as A by his mates in the dugout. Plays shortstop, pitches, and plays for the UWA Magpies. Calls time. Started playing softball when he was 4 years old. Called strike. And asked what he's been working on lately. He replied lefty hitting, which suggests he's a switch hitter. Look at all these switch hitters coming out. Excellent. So against the right-handed Tristan Crines, he's chosen to go lefty. Runner goes. Tagged out, but the runner from first does make it round to second. So the pitch, the move. Good pick up by the runner on first to advance to second. But good work by Cronulla to get the one out. Samukawa sends one down the middle, but taken at first for the second out. So again, good aggressive pitching, testing the batter. Get some soft contact, and the play's made nicely at first. Good reach from Cronulla Blue. So back to the top of the order now. Number 24, Caden Prosper. Caden's 0 for 1, his first at bat. See what he can do this time round. So a runner on third. 2-1 the count now. Three and one. And the pitch. Slices one. Foul. So full count here. 2 out, runner on third. Bottom of the second here in Geelong. Inside for a ball. So we have Eastern Phantoms from WA. They now have runners on the corners. Catcher giving some signs to his pitcher as Eastern Phantoms pitcher comes up to bat. Tex Prizov, number 3 at the plate. Calls time. As the lights here at the ballpark definitely come into play. Beautiful ground here, as we've mentioned throughout the day. The ground crew have done an amazing job. Beautiful greens, matching the beautiful blue skies we've had throughout the day. Checks first, back in time. And a lot of diving around today. All those parents and friends will be washing lots of uniforms throughout the week. Shake of the head from some mums who might be in the box. They can wash their own at this age. Want to know the count. To Tristan Crines to Tex Prizov. In there for a strike. 1-1. Checks the runner. And the pitch. Sends that one foul to the right side. Once again, another good at-bat. Slowly allowing the pitcher count to climb. One and two. From a set position, he fires. Runner goes. It's tagged out the slide, but that will end it here for the second. So it is still scoreless here after 2 innings. We'll be back shortly. And the Senior League Baseball here in Geelong, Australia will continue. Baseball fans, if you like what you're watching, why don't you play? Whether you are 7 years old or 76, played for 40 years, or you've never picked up a bat, the Australian baseball community welcomes you. Head to baseball.com.au and click on Club Finder to find a baseball club near you. As we've mentioned, lots of opportunities to help out, whether it's playing, umpiring, scoring, and the countless volunteers working hard behind the scenes. Head to baseball.com.au and find that club near you. On the mound, we've Tex Prizov will remain there for the Eastern Phantoms. After 2, we are still scoreless. It is a 7-inning game, and there are no ties. More explanation will be given if and when the need arises. Number 72 up to bat, Cam Coles. Takes the first one for a strike. In there for a strike again. Cam Coles, often referred to as CCs by his mates, plays in the Senior League for St Patrick's Baseball Club, New South Wales, Sutherland Shire. 1-2 the count. He's played in the 2025 SL Nationals, 2024 SL Nationals, 2023 JL New South Wales State Championships, and sends one that is going to drop. CC's. He's on first with a nice base hit. Sees the pitch, great contact. Gets the wheels going and gets the favourable drop there, so he's just at first comfortably. Getting the ball in play, that's what it's all about. Shows bunt, it sends it foul. So Luca Rossi, number 32, up for Cronulla Blue now. His name, one of his nicknames, I'm told, is the Italian Stallion. Some nods in the box up here. Checks the runner, back safe. You usually find Luca at shortstop, and he does play for the Arncliffe Scots SL and Cronulla State League. Also some championship tournament experience as a runner moves to second. So Cronulla Blue now, a runner in scoring position. Some enthusiastic encouragement coming from the stands as everyone keeps warm with the beanies and the excitement of the baseball. The big week ahead, everyone pacing themselves. So Luca Rossi, 1-1 count, runner at second. Shows bunt, it goes foul once again. So Cronulla, pitching and defence helped Cronulla Blue advance to the Nationals. They allowed just 13 runs in 6 games at the New South Wales State Championships, falling only to Ride Red in the gold medal game by a 3-2 scoreline. Runner advances, but the strikeout there for Tex on the mound. So there is still the runner at second. Now 1 out. Up to bat, Jacob Hazen. Which is that? So as we mentioned earlier, Jacob, a keen surfer, currently ranked number 22 in Australia for under 18s. Takes that one for a strike. He is a New York Mets fan. And his favourite player is Francisco Lindor. Good inspiration he'll draw from him, no doubt. Inside. So 2-0, 1 out, runner on second. So we have the Cronulla Blue taking on Eastern Phantoms here in Geelong. Of course, Eastern Phantoms, last year's champions. In there for a strike. Two and two. Evens the count. Nice lead at second. Checks the runner. Checks again. Steps off. Takes a minute. Big swing. That is another strikeout there for Tex Prizov. So Jacob Hazen will be sat down. Next up we have Cade Rogers, number 96 for Cronulla Blue. As players and coaches will just gather on the mound for a bit of a discussion. So the Eastern Phantoms, they're made up of players from Morley Eagles, Perth and UWA Magpies baseball clubs. Last year's defending champions. The Phantoms went through the group stages undefeated before beating Central Firebirds 9-4 in the semi-finals. The Phantoms lost to the Wanneroo Giants in the gold medal game, but still finished the tournament outscoring opponents 70-22. And with a 5-1 record. So pitching change for the Eastern Phantoms. So Marcus White now on the mound. So now behind the plate will be Tex Prizov. And Flynn Hennessy now playing right field. Thanks again to the amazing scorers that have been joining me all day. Some great work behind the scenes. Definitely a good help to this old baseball fan from Adelaide. So Marcus White now on the bump for the Eastern Phantoms. Up to bat we have 90 number 96 for Cronulla. That is Cade Rogers. He's waiting on deck as Marcus limbers up. So Marcus, or Whitey, as the boys call him, Morley Eagles Baseball Club, and has played Senior League and Big League. He is a Dodgers fan, which I'm happy to say as I wear my Dodgers jacket, and a big Shohei Ohtani fan. Seems to be a lot of those around Australia and the world. But we all love this world game. It's great to see this local talent on show all week here in Geelong. So Tex Prizoff, he's stepped down from the mound. Now he's behind the plate. Some very flexible players throughout the tournament. Great utility players. As the lights take full effect here in Geelong. Still a good crowd of passionate friends and family as they slowly put on the extra layers and sip on those warm coffees. So we have Marcus White just having a chat with Tex. Very handy that he's just pitched himself, Tex, so he might have some unique insights to share with Marcus, no doubt. So Cade Rogers up to bat for Cronulla Blue. 2 out. Runner on second, top of the third, here in Geelong. First pitch sends it to the left side. Not in time, the throw. The runner will get 2/3. He'll be held up. And Cronulla Blue have runners on the corners. Again, good contact, getting the ball into play. Runner at second holds. Then he goes. Some great base running. And the wheels on Cade sees him home. So coming up to bat, Dean Mawson. He has some runners on the corners, 2 out. Still scoreless here, top of the third. The pitch. Nicely taken there by Tex. Marcus to Dean. Slaps it to right. That is going to get through. That has brought in a run. And Cronulla Blue are on the board. So Dean Mawson punches one there to right field, through the gap, along the ground. Advances a runner, brings one home. He's got a smile on his face, standing at first. So Cronulla Blue take the lead. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Marcus just checks the runners, stepping off. So Riley Jones now up to bat, number 33 for Cronulla Blue. Sees the first pitch, punches one. There's one, and that is all they need. That will finish it there for Cronulla Blue, but not before they've taken a 1-0 lead. Wait right there. We'll see the bats in the hands of the Eastern Phantoms shortly. Welcome back to Geelong. My name is Jared Hoare and I'm delighted to help bring you some exciting baseball action as part of the Australian Baseball Senior League Championship here in Geelong this week. Pitching change for Cronulla Blue. We have Campbell Tillett on the mound. Goes by the nickname Cambo or Swift from his mates. He'll be pitching to number 10, Height Brooks from the Eastern Phantoms. First one misses for a ball. So Campbell plays for Cronulla. He's played Senior League Nationals with Cronulla. In there for a strike. Finding his rhythm there. Brooks ready to go. Watches that one. 2-1 the count now. Bottom of the third. The Eastern Phantoms trail by 1. Sends that one foul. Two and two. In there for a strike. He goes down looking. So nice start there from Campbell Tillett. Watch that one up for a strikeout. So 1 out now here at the bottom of the third. Bringing up number 21, Isaac Romeo. In there for a strike. Nice take there from Riley Jones behind the plate. 1-1. Set position. Gets away from him a bit. 2-1 the count now. So of course 2 pools of 5 teams will be competing for that place in the World Series Senior League Championships as this ball goes left through the gap. Isaac Romeo, put a bit of mayo on that one. Pulls that one through the gap there, all the way along the carpet, and jogs in comfortably to first. So Eastern Phantoms, runner on. So Marcus White was pitching just earlier, now with a bat in his hands. Thudding into the glove, just missing for a ball. Runner at first takes a little lead. The pitch. 2-0. Tillett checks the runner at first from the set position. In there, nice pitch, entices. That's a strike. 2-1 now. Here in the bottom of the third. As the Eastern Phantoms try and get on that scoreboard. Very nice digital scoreboard here out at Geelong Baseball Park. Deep left field. Three and 1 the count now. So a hitter's count. What can Marcus put together? Misses for a ball. So runner in scoring position now for the Eastern Phantoms. Can they utilise it? Come on, Tom, is the call from some fans, which means number 13, Thomas Allpike, up to bat. One out here, bottom of the third. Runners first and second. First pitch, sends one. Playable, there's one. Just misses two. Ball gets away, that will drive in a run and advance the runner. So the Eastern Phantoms level it up, putting that ball in play. Nice pick up, the flick to second. Just a bit wide, allowing that run to come back. And we now have a tied ball game here in Geelong. Runner stays at second. 1-0 the count now. Tied ball game, one apiece. Bottom of the third. Ball two. Ethan now, Ethan Snedden. Lovely work behind the plate there. You'd think that did save the runner from advancing. So nice work from Riley Jones. So 1-1 the score here in Geelong. Inside, he's earned the walk. So Ethan Snedden moves to first. And the Eastern Phantoms have runners on first and second, with the two outs here at the top of the fourth. So the bottom of the third we are here, two out. 1-1 the score. And that's collected him there. So the bases are loaded with Phantoms. Scores are level. So scores tied. Bases loaded. Two outs here at the bottom of the third. Just a quick conference there between catcher and pitcher. So Flynn Hennessy now up to bat. Sorry, Arata Samukawa, number 51. Left-hander to face the right-hander. Just misses. So Samukawa has the bases loaded for him. Here at the bottom of the third. 1-0 the count. Missing again, 2-0. Ball three. So 3-0 count, two outs. The bases are full of Phantoms. In there for a strike. Campbell Tillett does well, works the strike zone. And that has missed. That will bring another run in. So now the Phantoms take the lead. 2-1 here at the bottom of the third. And the bases are still loaded. So we go to the top of the order once again. Caden Prosper the left-hander up for the Eastern Phantoms. Strike one. The 1-1. Chops that one foul. So 1 and 2 here, bottom of the third. 2 outs, bases loaded. Up high. Levels the count at 2 and 2. Campbell Tillett to Caden Prosper. Full count now. Enthusiastic cheering. That will get down. And the runners advance. That is another run driving in there for the Eastern Phantoms. They stretch out to a 3-1 lead here in Geelong as they continue a bit of a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the third. Up to bat next. Number 3, Tex Prizoff. Strike one. Strike two. Painting the outside there, Campbell Tillett. Just misses. 1 and 2. 2 out, bases loaded, bottom of the third. The count is even, 2 and 2. The pitch. Just misses. Full count. Full count, 2 out. The bases are loaded. Bottom of the third here in Geelong. And that will walk in another run. The Eastern Phantoms move 4-1 now. So a very productive bottom of the third here for the Western Australian team, as Cronulla Blue go for another discussion on the bump. As we mentioned, there is another game, other games throughout the day happening on Diamond 4. Do stay tuned to baseball.com.au for updates. They have all finished for today on Diamond 4, but there will be more happening tomorrow. So Game Changer will offer some uninterrupted broadcasts. And here on Baseball Plus, we'll give you all the action from Diamond 1 with the commentary. But for complete wrap-ups, stats, and player stories, head to baseball.com.au. Here in the bottom of the third of this 7-inning game. It appears Campbell Tillett will be staying up on the mound. So up to bat. Still have number 10. This is number 10, Height Brooks. First pitch. Takes a chunk out of that. Straight up the middle. Brings home one. Second one's given the green light. Safe is the call. Runners advance again. That'll bring home 3. Safe at the plate as a runner gets to third. So he makes his way to third. Straight down the middle. All the Phantoms, they put their skates on. They bring home 3 runs here in the bottom of the third. Play at the plate just got away. Given the green light, the runners kept motoring. Some good aggressive base running. Adding 3 runs, it is now a 7-1 ball game. So the bases, we have runners, just the runner on third now. After that exciting play with everything happening under the sun. 2 out though. So Cronulla Blue looking to get that third out to finish this somewhat extended third innings. In there for a strike. Here comes the 1-1. Two and 1 now. Isaac Romeo with the bat in his hand. Very watchful. 3 and 1. Outside for a ball. So that'll put another Phantom on the bases. As the Eastern Phantoms have runners on the corners now. Brings up Marcus White to the plate. Number 11. He's been walked twice today in this game. Wild pitch. Play at the plate. Is out. They get the out at home. And that'll bring a bit of confidence into the dugouts. As Cronulla Blue run in, they'll grab the bats. This fires a strike there. Great play at the plate. We'll be back shortly for more baseball action. Baseball Plus. Welcome back to Geelong. We have a 7-1 ball game here between Cronulla Blue and the Eastern Phantoms. Number 16 up to bat, Jake Shorey for Cronulla Blue. Takes the first one outside for a ball. On the mound for the Eastern Phantoms. Nice pitch there is Marcus White. And behind the plate, Tex Prizoff, who was pitching in this game earlier. So the first two innings were scoreless, if you've just joined us. Top of the third, Cronulla Blue drove home one run at the bottom of the third, where all the action has happened. 7 runs coming in. So Cronulla Blue looking to get some runners on early in this inning and claw back that lead. 1-2 the count. Sends that one down the middle, little drop. A play at first, just wide. And the runner will hold. Straight up the middle. Gets a nice bounce. Fires to first, but not in time. Just off target. But good hustle there. Running down. Preventing the runner to go further. So runner on first now for Cronulla Blue. Up at the plate. To bat, number 63. The runner holds. Campbell Tillett, who we've seen pitching on the mound. Some very versatile players here in the Senior League, rotating various roles, showcasing many skills. And, large selection of very talented baseball players. So do strap yourselves into Baseball Plus for an exciting week. Senior League Championship Baseball here on Baseball Plus. Driven deep into the glove of the left field catcher, Ethan Snedden. Sounded good off the bat. But I'm sure Ethan thought it sounded pretty good going into his glove as well. 1 out now for Cronulla Blue. Number 31, Joseph Hutt, up to bat for Cronulla Blue. Drops in there for a strike. So Joseph, or Jojo as he's called by his mates in the dugout, plays for Cronulla Sharks and grade for Sydney Uni. Safe at first. Jojo started playing when he was 7 and his dad got him into baseball. Playing catch with his dad has been very rewarding over the years and developed a love of the game. As the wild pitch moves the runner to second. So some good heads up running from Cronulla Blue. So 1-1 is the count. Number 31, the long legs of Joseph Hutt there. What can Jojo put together for his teammates? So runner on popped up, and Foul. So runner on first for Cronulla Blue. 0-2 the count. Get some good contact. There's one. There's two. The Eastern Phantoms work a lovely double play to end that innings. So the pitch pulls it to the left, picked up nicely, fires it to second. The catch, the turn, the throw. Kids, that is how you do a double play. Nice work from the Phantoms. We'll be back with more baseball after this.
Here's to generations of fearless, unstoppable.
Hit hard on the ground from his knees. She is safe.
I can, and I will.
Good game for Monet Davis.
And I am. Here's to the next generation. Find your league. Get in the game.
Well, welcome back to Geelong. We have Cronulla Blue in the field. Eastern Phantoms with the bats in their hands. As we go into the bottom of the fourth. The Phantoms currently up 7-1. Sends one to left. Another solid play in defence. One out. Good read there from third. Out to first, and nicely done. Jacob Hazen to Cam Coles. So one out here, bottom of the fourth. In there for a strike, finds the zone, Campbell Tillett. With the bat in his hand, Thomas Allpike. Ball. Evens it at 1-1. Just outside. So 2-1. One out. Bases are empty. Sends one up to right. Nice catch. Right field there by Flynn Hennessy. Correction. Cade Rogers. Too many sheets in front of me, friends. Apologies for any mistakes I make. Lovely catch there. Yes, number 96, that is Cade Rogers. Nice read from that young man. So the first one in there for a ball. Up to bat for Eastern Phantoms, number 14, Ethan Snedden. Solid swing. Good stop. Couldn't pick it up. So Ethan makes his way to first. So difficult play. You can see the big swing here. Solid contact. Nice block. And two out. Runner on. Sorry, one out. Runner on first. There's two out. I'll get it right. It's been a long day, friends. Apologies. But we're all having fun here in Geelong. all of these baseball fans congregated. There's a bit of a discussion. Once again, do stay tuned to baseball.com.au. All the latest stats, stories, and updates. So number 15 coming up to bat now. Flynn Hennessy, who I'm told, big swing and a strike, who may well be nursing an injury, a nose injury, but playing on nonetheless. Some very passionate, tough baseball players here in Geelong. This is for a ball. See the strapping around that nose there. But, definitely happy to be here and support his Eastern Phantoms. All the way from the wild, wild west to Geelong. Poor old Flynn keeps getting hit by pitches. Luckily, Ireland here, he's built of tough stuff. He'll make his way to first. Runner on first and second. That's coming up to bat number 51, Arata Samukawa. Takes the first one for a ball. So the switch hitter choosing to bat left against the right-handed Campbell Tillett. Runners on first and second, time called. Reset. Here in the bottom of the fourth. One out. Count 1-0 as Samukawa calls time. Number 51, very famous number in baseball around the world, of course, Ichiro Suzuki. Again, baseball, that world game everyone can enjoy. Called ball. 2-0. So the one out here, bottom of the fourth. Just misses 3-0. Just collects him there, but yes, it is a walk. So he will advance to first. And once again, the bases are full of Phantoms. So here in the bottom of the fourth, just the one out. The Eastern Phantoms looking to make use of these loaded bases. Stretch out that lead. And if after 5 innings there is a lead of 10 runs or more, the game will be called due to the mercy rule. But of course, Cronulla Blue, only a couple of big swings, and they're right back in this. Pitching change. So Campbell Tillett is handing the ball in. Some applause from friends and family. So off the bench we have Cooper Hayes Conway, number 28, pitching for Cronulla Blue. So Cooper, or Coop, as he's called by his mates in the dugout. Can find him mostly at second base, but he is a very flexible player. Plays for the Yarrawarrah Tigers Junior Baseball Club and Senior League. So a big shout out to everyone tuning in from that part of the world. And this is Cooper's first tournament in this regard. So very exciting to be travelling with all his teammates to Victoria here. Started playing when he was 2. And his dad has been very influential in his baseball life, watching him play ever since he was a young boy. So Prosper, the bat in his hand. Cooper Hayes Conway is going to be firing them down to him. Back to the top of the order here for the Eastern Phantoms. 1-0 the count, bases loaded. Just the one out here in the bottom of the 4th. Outside for a ball. Hayden Prosper, left-hander. Watches that one. Ball 3. And that will walk in a run. So the Eastern Phantoms now stretch out to an 8-1 lead. And the bases remain loaded. Tex Prizov up to bat, number 3, been involved all around the ground today. On the mound, behind the plate, takes the first one for a ball. Ball 2. Eagles Baseball Club. Seems many Morley Eagles boys in this Phantoms team. Big shout out to the Morley Eagles Baseball Club and everyone watching in. 3-0 we count. Bases loaded. Cooper Hayes Conway on the mound for Cronulla Blue. Misses for a ball. So that'll walk in another run. Eastern Phantoms stretch out to a 9-1 lead. Bases remain loaded. Coming up to bat, number 10, Heights Brooks for the Eastern Phantoms. Just misses for a ball. Pitch. Ball 2. Here comes the 2-0. Just misses. 3-0. In there for a strike. He finds the zone nicely. 3-1. Still a hitter's count for Heights Brooks. Just misses. So once again, a run is walked in. 10-1. So a 9-run lead for the Eastern Phantoms, which does mean that if they do put one more run on the board, the pressure of the mercy rule will come in when the Cronulla Blue Boys next pick up the bats. 1-0 the count. 2 out. Bases loaded. High for a ball. Isaac Romeo at the plate. Watches one for a strike. Number 21, Isaac Romeo for the Phantoms. Takes one inside. 3-1 now. Set position. In there for a strike. Nice work from Cooper Hayes Conway. Can you sit him down with one more strike? Full count. Misses for a ball, so another run walked in. So 11-1 does mean there is a 10-run lead for the Eastern Phantoms. And the bases do remain loaded. Marcus White, number 11, is up again to bat for the Eastern Phantoms. Marcus has been walked twice in the game today and gone 0 for 1. 2-0 the count now. In there for a strike. The 2-1. Levels the count. 2-2. Deep to left field. Over the head. This is going to bring home some more Phantoms. There's one. There's two. There's three. 3 runs driven in. Great piece of batting there by Marcus White. Sees the pitch he likes. Full swing. Sends it long and deep to left field. Drops nicely. Good speed on the bases by the Phantoms. And they're up 14-1 here in Geelong. So after that big hit, Marcus stands at second base. As Thomas Allpike, with the bat in his hands. Inside for a ball. 2-1 now. Still 2 out. It's extended bottom of the 4th. Finds a strike zone. The runner at second holds. Moves it to a full count. Good contact, straight down the middle once again. He's going to go to first. He's going to hold up and has shuffled the runner to third. So the Phantoms have runners at the corners. Time called. So of course lots to consider. Different pitch counts, different tactics. It is a week of baseball here in Geelong. With runners at the corners at the bottom of the 4th. So it looks like Cooper Hayes Conway will hand the ball in. There'll be a pitching change for Cronulla Blue. Jesse Gennaro, number 30, is making his way to the mound. Lots of carefully managed pitching rotations all throughout the week. So Jesse Gennaro also plays as a catcher. He plays for the Arncliffe Scots, New South Wales CAYC under-16s, the MacArthur Orioles State League, and also Winter Bowl at Sydney University. The Cronulla rep for LL and JL. Cronulla Black National Champions 2024. And in the JL. And JLWS Cronulla Black 2024. Also played the Michigan AYC Country 2025. He's been working on his blocking as a catcher, he's said, and started playing when he was 5 years old. His dad played, and that made him want to play and follow in his footsteps. He also is a LA Dodgers fan, and he's ready to pitch on the mound. Ball one. So with bat in hand, Ethan Snedden in there for a strike. 1-1 the count here in Geelong. Ball called. Upstairs for a ball. So still runners on the corners for the Eastern Phantoms. 2 out, bottom of the fourth, 3-1 the count. And that will load the bases. So this bottom of the fourth extends for the Western Australian team as the Eastern Phantoms look to continue to add to the scoreboard and collect those insurance runs. Big shot by Flynn Hennessy. It is caught though. Nice play in centre field. That will end the fourth inning. The score now 14-1. After this, the Cronulla Blue will have the bats in their hands. Welcome back here to Geelong, here at Geelong Baseball Park. So we have Cronulla Blue, they are down 1-14 here in the top of the fifth. They'll need another 4 more runs at least in this top of the fifth to keep the game moving. Obviously the mercy rule coming into play if that were to happen. Sends one deep to right. It's gonna fall foul. So if the Eastern Phantoms do have a lead of 10 or more at the conclusion of the Cronulla Blue innings, then the game will be called. Otherwise, most games will look to be 7-inning games here in the Senior League, as that one's in there for a strike. Batting for Cronulla Blue, number 72, Cam Coles. So 1-2 count. And you get the ball rolling for Cronulla Blue. This is for a ball. So if you're just joining us, first couple of innings were scoreless. The last bottoms of the couple of innings is where all the damage has been done. Both the third and the fourth innings. Western Australia's Eastern Phantoms have put 7 innings in each of those 2. Lots of good base running, lots of ball to bat. Big swing. And that is a strikeout. Out 1 here at the top of the fifth. Up to bat, Luca Rossi, number 32 for the Cronulla Blues. Luca is 0 for 1. One and 0. As ball 1 goes through. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. The air starting to cool here at Geelong. Punches one foul to the right side. One and 2 the count now. 1 out here at the top of the fifth. The pitch from Marcus White. Misses outside. The 2-2. In there for a strike. That dips in there for another strikeout for Marcus White. So 2 out now, which means Cronulla Blue are down to their last out. As number 95, top of the order, Jacob Hazen into bat. First pitch has a swing, sends it foul. Jacob Hazen, what can this 16-year-old surfing champion put together here for Cronulla Blue at the top of the fifth? He finds something positive to bring him into the next games tomorrow and throughout the week. Watches that one for a ball. The pitch. Bounced in for a ball. Two and one the count. Two outs. The bases are empty. Cronulla Blue looking for something here. Upstairs. 3 and 1 now. Marcus White on the mound. Pitching to Jacob Hazen. Stays alive. Full count. Here in the Senior League Australian Baseball Championships. It's bat to ball, sends it to third. Taken nicely at first. That is the ball game. Nice solid play in defence to finish. So 14-1. The Eastern Phantoms from Western Australia have got up over the Cronulla Blue team from New South Wales. So a dominant performance with the bats for Cronulla Blue. That does conclude day one of this Senior League Championship Baseball tournament. Do stay tuned to Baseball Plus throughout the week because there'll be more baseball action coming soon. My name is Jared Hoare. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you soon back here at Geelong Baseball Park.